Indecision, doubt, and fear are what results when we keep these 6 ghosts of fear within us. Hello, I'm Carla, psychotherapist and mindset coach, and on this channel, I help you get unstuck and reach your goals by exploring topics that shift your mindset so you can live your highest potential. We are continuing the reading of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, and I will be reading from the condensed version, Think and Grow Rich in 10 Minutes a Day. All right, y'all, we are continuing chapter 14, How to Outwit the 6 Ghosts of Fear. This is the second part of this video. There will be 3 parts total. I already did the first part, as you might have watched. This is the second part. We are going to talk about the next 2 ghosts of fear, which are health and loss of love. In the first video, we covered the fear of poverty and the fear of criticism. Today, we'll be going over the fear of ill health and the fear of loss of love. And Napoleon breaks down each of the 6 basic fears into the verdict, sources, result, and symptoms. So let's dive into the verdict of the fear of ill health. This fear is closely related to the fear of old age and the fear of death. All 3 come from humans facing their morality. The sources of the fears of ill health. The primary sources are the fear of one's fate after death and the economic toll that ill health may impose. This fear can be exacerbated by those who falsely sell health or promise cure-alls and preventative effects through their products. The result of fear of ill health, this fear often produces the physical symptoms of the feared disease because people can be made ill or helped to recover by means of autosuggestion. Disease can begin as a negative thought impulse. I've definitely seen that in my life. When I worry, when I fear, when I'm anxious, I can get so sick to my stomach. I can get headaches. Our thoughts truly have so much power over our health. And not to say that every single disease that we acquire or that our family gets is because of their thoughts, but our thoughts can play a huge role in our health, and they do. Symptoms of the fear of ill health. Symptoms of the fear of ill health. Addiction to health fads, always seeking out panaceas, fad diets, exercise regimes, and other therapeutic experimentation without professional guidance. Hypochondria, concentrating on perceived symptoms to the point of experiencing them as real. I've done that. Weakened immune system, reduced bodily resistance toward disease by creating favorable conditions for it. Self-indulgence, babying oneself because of perceived or expected illness and using this as an excuse for failure / lack of ambition. Intemperance, abusing alcohol and narcotics to attack the symptoms of ill health rather than the causes. That was me. Wow, I used to use alcohol to cope with my symptoms of anxiety or just any emotion that I didn't want to deal with. To be honest, as we all know, alcohol is one of the most socially accepted substances in our society, especially if you live in the US. And so it's hard sometimes. It was hard for me to realize, like, do I have a problem? On the outside, no one would have ever thought. I was successful, I was educated, I was a marathon runner, I was very active, and I would socially drink. And I would have wine at dinner some nights, a few nights a week. But I knew deep down my body could not process alcohol like it could when I was in my early 20s. It was a poison to me, and it made my anxiety worse. And it causes depression. It's a depressant. So I ended up using alcohol if I was sad. I used it to celebrate if I was happy. It was just an overall negative substance for my body. And I am 4.5 years sober now. Thank God. Do you or somebody that you know always worry about their health? They always think they're going to get sick. Every season they get a cold, they get the flu. And it's like clockwork. They do. There's something always wrong with them. They're always on like Mayo Clinic searching any weird spot. They think they have cancer. Truly, it's just letting fear control us. If we're a perfectly healthy body, like what are we doing focusing? If there's truly nothing going on, our thoughts do not need to go there. We don't need those fears to drag us down. And let me tell you, society, the news, commercials, pharmaceutical companies, billboards, make no mistake, they want your money, they want to scare you, and they want to have control over you through fear. It's a real thing. It's a billion-dollar industry. All right, he goes on to the fear of loss of love. This is the 4th basic fear out of the 6. So verdict. The fear of loss of love is the most painful of the 6 basic fears. It is. Have y'all ever been heartbroken? Fear of loss of love, or, mourn the loss of somebody, lost somebody. I have intrusive thoughts of this all the time. Like, oh my God, someone's going to die. You're always worried. Like, is that the last time I'm going to see them? But you know what? I've been better. I just notice them as intrusive thoughts. My brain just trying to prepare me or protect me. And I just notice it and I don't give it any credit. I don't let myself spin down rabbit holes about it, use my imagination to the negative, think that just because somebody didn't call or somebody's 5 minutes late, they're dead in a ditch. Like, fear that we're going to lose somebody is real and it's human, but we can't let that consume us. So, the sources of fear of loss of love, this fear derives from the tendency of some human beings to seek the affections and attention of others' mates, and the tendency of some to succumb to such efforts. Ooh, cheating on other people? Yeah, you feel like you're not getting enough from your partner, you want to go elsewhere, you have a wandering eye. Yeah, you just fear that, your partner's going to leave you and you just aren't getting enough attention or affection. That's a bad one. The result of the fear of loss of love. The most common result is a state of jealousy. Yep, we just said it. Yeah, so I think he might be talking, the fear of loss of love is romantic partnerships, and maybe on the last Ghost of Fear, he talks about the fear of death, which is, we fear our death or our loved one's death. So the most common result is a state of jealousy. Symptoms: jealousy, constantly being suspicious of friends and loved ones and suspecting infidelity without just cause. Finding fault, being hypercritical of everyone. Erratic interactions with money, gambling, stealing, cheating, both to make oneself feel ahead of the curve and to impress loved ones whose loss one fears. Oh, so this is like really about, being loved and liked and accepted. Trying to prove yourself because you fear that you're going to be left, that your friends aren't going to like you anymore, people aren't going to love you, your partner's going to leave you. And adultery, the last one. Cheating on a partner because one fears that he or she will be unfaithful. Yeah, Napoleon is definitely talking about romantic love here when it comes to this Ghost of Fear. The fear of loss of love. Feeling unworthy, feeling like you're not good enough. Every single human being. I remember I had a supervisor, I'm a therapist, if you didn't already know. I had a supervisor tell me that no matter who I'm treating or who he's treating, he treats veterans at one of the VA hospitals. He trained me in EMDR therapy. And he was telling me, like, at the root cause of everybody's problems is a feeling of unworthiness, that we're not good enough. Every single human being has it. So if you have it, you're not alone. Well, that was it. Short and sweet. We went over the next two Ghosts of Fear. We covered fear of ill health today and fear of loss of love. On the third and last video, ending this beautiful little book, chapter 14, we'll cover the fear of old age and the fear of death. Napoleon goes into talking about worry and the seventh basic evil. Ooh, I'm excited for video 3. We'll be covering that. As always, thank you for your support. If you are a fan of Napoleon Hill, I am a certified coach at the Napoleon Hill Institute. We teach amazing programs and we work closely with the Napoleon Hill Foundation. If you want to check out any of the programs, all my links are below this video. There's a few different programs. I am kicking off the self-confidence course. It's a digital course and then 8 weeks of coaching. I want to start it in December. I want to start the year off right. So we're starting 2024 in December. We're going to be a month ahead of everybody else. It's a very powerful program. So if you are interested in that, please let me know. Leave any comments or questions about this material here. Let me know how this journey is going for you. And don't miss part 3 of chapter 14 as we finish this book up. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time.